So we can see here that the gaming experience on here is decent. The touchscreen is definitely responsive enough. This is Assassin's Creed trial version, but it's running pretty smoothly, so there's not too many issues going on here. Everything seems to work fairly well, and you can definitely move around and interact. All the gestures work, so it's a pretty compelling experience. Not the fastest in the world, but gaming indeed does work, so that's nice to note. So we can see here that the audio quality in here is also pretty decent. It's very loud, it's not too muffled either, and for a budget-oriented device, it actually sounds fairly decent. So let's exit out of this. We can just swipe from the edges of the display to get out of that. And if we look at, I guess, the browser just very quickly, if we tap on the back key there, it does allow us to see how we can enter text by this text box below. And you can also set up your search engines either through Yahoo, Google, or Bing. And there is also window browsing available on here, either through Express Home or opening up multiple tabs. Again, Express Home is that service that allows you to compress your images as well as web pages by over, quote, 90%. It does load up pages pretty quickly, but I feel like that's already things that the Opera mini browser does as well, but it's not heavily as advertised. So you can always download that if you want, since technically this phone can support applications that you want to download after getting it, either through the store that Nokia offers or just by downloading it directly from the Opera Mini website. Here's Bubble Bash 3, which is another game that you get on here. This is actually a full version of this game, so let's try tapping on continue, and it loads up decently. You see this page that you can tap on to start playing, whatever game you want. You can also buy, there's like bonus packages and coins, but let's just try to start playing the game directly. So there we go. This is a pretty classic game. You can change, of course, the angle of the ball that you want to hit, and you can use these arrow keys on the sides to change the positioning as well. But the goal is to knock all of these balls down that in terms of color, and if you miss, there's actually a bird that comes back and randomly attaches it into somewhere else. But you have a limited amount of time, because after X amount of seconds, the row continuously gets heavier and it falls down. You have to try to make the dolphin on the top be rescued by making sure that it is relieved of all of these floating multicolored balls. So let's try and tap on here. And again, you have to press and hold to change the angle. So as you saw there, after missing, it does bring back the ball to you. And obviously, as the levels get more and more complex, you have more and more complicated setups with more balls held by the dolphin. So that's how the game overall works, and you can change things like the animation speed as well as sound profiles from the settings drawer there. There's also another Lexite game on here. So it looks like this one is kind of similar to Sims in the sense that you're supposed to tab on habitats to get coins. So you have to try and interact with this map, virtual map, and then maybe you're constructing or building something, and then your apple tree is ready to harvest, so you tap on this to harvest. This is probably a tutorial that's loading up first that documents how to play with this. Now I have to feed the zebra. So yeah, it's pretty similar to Sims, but it's in an animal theme that maybe you can use to create these virtual pets and interact with this zoo. So that's that game. There's also another trial, looks like a football game, probably soccer, since this is an international device, not originally released in the US. It seems like all of these are released with Gameloft, so there's probably going to be more Gameloft games that you can download through the Nokia store on here. But if you want to download them yourself on a computer or through the web browser, you could probably search up Asha OS supported games and apps and do a Google search and see what that brings up. There's probably going to be more, maybe third-party games by non-Gameloft OEMs. So this looks like indeed a soccer game. So I can tap on instant play, for instance, select a team, and there's also different scoreboards you can see there in terms of speed, defense, the strength for each team, and it's going to load this up. Not all of these games are completely preloaded. Some of them require you to technically reinstall them. So what happens is they come with this app install, and what you have to do is basically reinstall them on the phone's memory or the SD card once you want to really play this game. So what happens is you'll tap on it. It says that this game is actually not installed, and what you have to do is tap on download again. It takes a few seconds to completely re-download the game or the trial / demo. So anyways, that's a closer look at a few other apps and specifically preloaded games and web-based apps on the Asha 501 or the Asha operating system. So thanks for watching here at OS Review.